I was like, oh, let me just do a quick scroll, like just a little quick scroll. That's all, just a little bit. And that just reminds me of what an alcoholic may say. Hey, what's up? Good morning, you guys. I hope you all are doing well out there. And what are we gonna talk about in this video? So I just woke up. You probably can tell that, and I am starting a new morning routine because, to be quite frank, my old morning routine was complete and utter trash. But we're gonna start sweeping, we're gonna start cleaning it up, we're gonna take out that vacuum cleaner, you guys, and we are going to take control over what we can take control over, because there are a lot of things that are happening that I just can't, I don't know how to manage. I don't have any control over it. I don't have any control over the fact that Miss Rona just wants to overstay her welcome. It is what it is. And this Black Lives Matter stuff, there is an amount that I can control, and I have been working on controlling that. There are a lot of things I'm trying to do, but I can't do everything to solve the racism problem in America. So I am trying to do things that help me to feel more in control during a time when so much is out of control. For me, I think that is the only way my mental state and just my emotional state will improve during this crazy time. My morning routine has been pretty non-existent. I've been rolling out of bed, going on my cell phone for like 45 minutes, looking on Instagram, YouTube and all that. Those apps are wonderful, especially during this time to connect with people, but it's not something I want to do the first thing in the morning. I just don't think it sets a good precedent for me for the rest of my day. So I'm gonna try something new. Last night I wrote out a plan for what I wanted to do for today and what I wanted my morning routine to look like. So now we're gonna actually put it into action. And the first thing that I put on that was that I would meditate. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'm literally just gonna sit on the floor and meditate. And I've meditated in the past. I have always just been that type of person who is interested in connecting with myself. But the thing is, when you are going through a global pandemic and going through a huge racial dramatic shift in our climate, you lose touch with yourself and you start to forget about the things that truly make you happy. I'm trying to get back in touch with that. Okay, so what I'm first gonna do, as I mentioned, is meditate. And I had a conversation with one of my close friends, and she talked to me about the fact that she uses an app called My Life. So when you click on the app, it gives you a question, how are you? And I'm gonna just press start. It says take a breath, breathe for 10 minutes. That sounds good to me. How am I doing physically? Physically, I'm pretty good. Like, I don't feel there's any issues physically. Mentally, I would choose meh, but the fact that I know I'm about to take care of myself puts me at a good. So I'll just say good. Emotionally, add emotions. I'm gonna skip that for now. All right, so it seems like it's giving me some options. Mindful breathing, progressive relaxation, I belong, moment, drinking tea. That sounds interesting. I'm gonna choose progressive relaxation just because I wanna do something that's a bit longer. And then I'm gonna press listen, and I'm assuming that's kind of where we start. So I'll press play and then start the meditation. Let's get started. If you guys are in a position where you can do some meditation too, then please join me.
With this exercise, we're going to tense and relax 8 different muscle groups, following the same sequence 3 times.
You see that garbage can?
You can do this exercise.
That's where my
lying
morning
down flat on your
routine
back,
used to be.
with your head supported by a
And
pillow.
right here where I am,
Or
this
if you
is
prefer,
the new and improved
you can
morning
sit
routine.
comfortably on a chair or on a cushion, letting your arm and hand drop to your lap or to your side.
And next on our morning routine schedule today is doing a little bit of yoga. I have always been a fan of yoga, but this is another thing that I've kind of let be pushed to the wayside during this really crazy time. So I'm gonna get back into it. Okay, you guys, so I just completed my yoga for the day. I did it for about 15 minutes or so, and as you can see, it was not outside like I originally planned it. I forgot that we had a huge rainstorm last night, so our balcony is completely wet, so couldn't do it out there, but I still got the yoga in. And you guys, let's talk about something I feel no one talks about enough: internet addiction in this new age. I am so addicted to the internet. I'm addicted to my social media accounts. Obviously, I really love YouTube, but sometimes it is really an addiction. I use these online platforms the same way a drug addict would use drugs or an alcoholic would use alcohol. Usually, like, outside of what's happening now, I'm pretty okay, right? I have a lot of things, a lot of positive things that are filling my days, at least more positive things than what I have now filling my days, which is one reason I'm starting to get more routine in my life and really structure my mornings around things that I enjoy and things I know are beneficial for me. But anyways, I feel like especially when people are going through a hard time, they turn to social media. And it's not just me, because I see friends who constantly on social media, and that's often me too. Just kind of looking at that and realizing how we're all so glued to our phones is really, really scary. This morning, it was so hard for me not to go on my phone, because as I mentioned, I don't want to do that first thing in the morning. I know that it's just not good for me. The level of discipline it took me not to look at my phone, even when I was on my phone so I could pull up that app, the meditation app I did, it took so much strength, you guys. For a second, I admit it, I went on Instagram for a little bit this morning. Yep, I totally did. I went on there for a total of about 20 seconds. What happened was I went on my phone to look for the meditation app, and instinctually, without even thinking about it, my brain said, go check on Instagram, see what's up on Instagram this morning. And I didn't even like consciously do it, but I went to Instagram, and the pictures and the images, something about it just really triggered me to continue scrolling. It really is set up the same way a casino pulls you in. The bright colors, the vibrancy, all of it. It's like candy to a baby. I was like, oh, let me just do a quick scroll, like just a little quick scroll. That's all, just a little bit. And that just reminds me of what an alcoholic may say during a party or something. Oh, let me just take a little sip, you know, like I'm just gonna have one beer, or I'm just gonna have one wine. Crazy. We're not talking about this enough. The fact that most of us have a social media addiction. That is so scary, you guys, especially when you consider the fact that it takes so much of our time. And think about how much we could be accomplishing if social media didn't exist. There are a lot of benefits of social media, especially during this time, around raising awareness, keeping people informed. It's not always easy to keep those boundaries. That's another reason I'm just trying to maintain more discipline in my life and more of a routine, because it's gonna keep me busy so that I don't falter back on my social media habits that were sometimes toxic. Anything in excess is bad. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my thoughts around that and talk about how difficult it was for me to stay off of social media this morning. So now I'm gonna go to the next part of my new and improved morning routine, which is fixing breakfast. After breakfast, I want to read at least one chapter out of a book. That is pretty much the morning routine for me. I woke up, did some meditation, did some yoga, and then from there I read at least one chapter out of a book. And I decided that the way I want to do it is that I'll switch between, because I have 4 things on my morning routine: meditation, yoga, reading and then breakfast. But I'm gonna switch up reading and breakfast depending on how I feel that morning. So this morning I wasn't that hungry, so I decided to read a chapter first. But sometimes I may I may eat breakfast and then read, which I was kind of planning on doing today, but I changed my mind kind of at the last minute. This was a very simple video, but hopefully it just encourages you guys out there to think about your current habits and routines and see if there are any areas that can be improved. And if so, actually improving that could help you with your overall well-being and sense of purpose if that is something that may be a little shaky right now. Just knowing that you can wake up and have some to-dos on your schedule, and not just frivolous things to do, but things that can actually benefit you both spiritually and physically, I think is really important during times of difficulty like what we're going through now. But anyways, please comment below and let me know if you guys currently have a morning routine, and if you do, tell me what the morning routine is. Is it similar to mine? Is it totally different from mine? I'm just super curious, because maybe something that you guys post will make me think about how I could switch up my morning routine a little bit. I am not completely stuck on this morning routine. This is one that I'm just trying out, and I thought it would be fun if I shared that experience with you guys. Overall, I think it was a pretty good morning routine. All right, you guys, let me know if you like these type of videos every now and then. Obviously, I'm not gonna make videos majority like this, but every now and then I do want to bring a video like this that is a bit more personal and a little fun. So I hope you have a great start to your day too. Thank you. Bye-bye.